Hello, this is Renew Sense Magazine. I'm Doreen Liu. Today we have Georgina Qing. She is currently working in furniture restoration and she studied interior design and furniture design for master at SCAD. She's known to have her own sense of style. Say hi.
Hello, I'm Georgina.
So today we have some questions for her. Okay, so what advancements or innovations are you most excited about that could further advance sustainability in fashion and furniture design?
I think technology overall is very exciting. Because of technology, now we can create materials or we can successfully recycle a lot of harmful materials such as plastic or polyester, etc. And also our societies emphasize on ethics. Ethics also encourages overall consumers to purchase with more intentions and thinking of the longevity of such product. And it goes in both fashion, clothing, or furniture.
So, how important do you think is the versatility in garment when considering sustainability?
I think it's very important. For me, I'm not a scientist, so I don't really trust my own knowledge about, if something is actually sustainable. So one good thing or something that I'm constantly doing is to try to create less waste. So having versatility in our garments is a very natural, the consequences is very natural. We're just bound to have less garments if we think about the versatility of such garments. White shirt, like a white collared shirt can go along with any outfit, or even like a beach outfit. You can use it in all different ways. And in this case, if you have one shirt, then that can be used for 10 different scenarios, then you don't need 10 shirts.
Yeah.
So versatility is very, very important. And for us regular consumers who really don't have that time and energy to study to the root of the production, I think a good way for us to control our spending behavior is to think about the versatility of fashion, the things that we consume.
Okay, so how do you recommend consumers approach building a sustainable and versatile wardrobe?
I think intention is very, very important. So I've always liked nice things, right? I like texture, I like how things felt, I like the structure. I just really enjoyed fine materials. So in this way, I often, whenever I grab a new piece or whenever I feel like I need to purchase new clothes, I always think about what exists in my closet already. Yeah, so whenever I pick up anything new, I think about how my existing clothes could match with this new piece. And I think
a good habit.
Yeah, I think that's something I do, and I've done it successfully because I have very little elimination of my closet. Most of my pieces go together, and I personally am not very into crazy patterns, so a lot of my clothes are solid color, and I'm very heavy on color theory myself. So I try not to buy really eccentric or a certain color that's not very easy to match. So most of my things go together. Yeah, and that's a habit that I have, and I think people should be more intentioned when they purchase their clothes and think of mix and match and how could these things work with their existing stuff.
So in what way can the fashion industry improve to support consumers wanting to make more sustainable choices?
I think people need to stop caring about what other people think.
Yeah.
But it's natural that we do care about what other people think. So there's a level of self-confidence and a level of knowledge that you have to store about why we're doing what we're doing. So I think social etiquette and social pressure and what people expect us to dress for certain events or certain activities is what motivate or almost pushes people to purchase new items or pushes people to purchase appropriate items for such appropriate time. But I think if we have enough knowledge and confidence in our own self, we are less easily swayed by social expectations, such as you're not supposed to wear the same outfit for an event, you're not supposed to wear the same dress for ceremonies. Like, I think that's kind of nonsense. So, it's really about if I can pull this off. I can create a new outfit with my existing pieces, but I can still kind of provide a fresh appearance for these social needs. But another thing is, I think our social expectations could be changed or almost like manipulated, and that sounds kind of dark. But if people all think diamond or gold are precious, and if someone wears these materials, immediately lifts up their social status, right? People dress for status, like most of the time. And that's like, where do we grant our own value? Like, if I think sustainable product or sustainable living is valuable, is ethical, then I choose to live in this lifestyle, and I will not be afraid by other people's judgment. And I think the industry, or for the marketing industry specifically, because fashion marketing is the industry where it brings these products to our consumer, to the market.
Yeah.
So if fashion marketing could emphasize on ethics and try to turn the attention from luxury, from extravagant lifestyle to much more ethical or intellectual values, then the regular consumer who don't really have time to study these things, they will slowly kind of change their lane, like drive to another direction and encourage themselves. Like, and they could very much only care about status. Like, they could really still purchase for the same reason, but because what our society value has changed, they will change their buying behavior.
Yeah. Or those fashion brands can come up with a slogan like sustainable, it's a new fashion.
Well, I think I think business is never completely transparent to consumers. And
of course, it's what they're doing to be more transparent, but they're really not that transparent.
yeah, and we know this term greenwashing, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's something we know. Like, the industry know consumers are actually becoming much more intentional with their purchase, so they try to kind of fool us by painting a very ethical image for themselves. But I think time will always show the truth, will expose the truth. And how fast our like different design industry are expecting designers to create is inevitably harmful, because no matter what, we're encouraged to keep on creating. So like when I watch fashion shows, when I see these things like fashion shows, they're expected to have like 4 seasons of new lines coming out, even though people really don't need it.
Yeah. But
they are asked to do that to keep up the revenue of their company, to keep making more profit. So that's a paradox. If and I think a lot of new designers, a lot of brands, if they value themselves through their through their ethics, through their values, rather than through how much profit they're making, and that could maybe fundamentally change something. But I think just skimming the surface, just trying to create new labels to manipulate consumers to keep on purchasing with the same behavior isn't really gonna do that much. Yeah, I think a lot of the creative industry have to be much more intentional about the products that we're making, the products that we're sending into the world.
Next question. What role does consumer behavior play in the sustainable fashion movement?
Find yourself. We have to know who we are, kind of, and definitely the certain role that we play in society kind of determines that. But caring less about other people's judgment, knowing more about our own needs, having more confidence in our own sense of style. Yeah, these are very important. And if we understand where our need for aesthetic, where our needs are coming from, that will also help us as consumers to purchase with more intentions.
Yeah.
And I think intentions, research, because all the information like is out there. Like we can, as like today nowadays, if we spend some time to really study what we're buying, that can save us from buying a lot of useless or easily eliminated or disposable object.
So looking ahead, how do you see the relationship between fashion design and sustainability evolving?
I believe in technology. Yeah, I think more professionals should dedicate their time on creating actual sustainable materials, and also maybe local governments needs to work better with human ethics. Like if they can provide better environment, better pay for our workers, and maybe our pieces really shouldn't be that cheap. Yeah, I think in the future, like we can save up our money to purchase more intentionally and put our money into designers or brands that we truly want to encourage them to grow bigger, rather than buying into existing products or existing brands that aren't really changing, but just kind of changing their appearance just to draw more attention. And I have a lot of faith in new designers. A lot of the younger generation do care much less of, the old traditional social expectations, and they're putting their time and energy into creating new things. And I think maybe for fashion marketing people, you guys are the ones that, push these brands or products to consumers, and you guys have the power to decide who should be promoted or who should be supported, and how to educate consumers and how to encourage us to purchase better. So yeah,
Thank you for
sustainability.
Yay! And that's it for today's episode. See you soon.